Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be people think that things stay the same. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. Pay it forward to somebody who could use some educational content. So, the narcissistic relationship that you were a part of, you, before you had the wisdom on my channel, before you found that needle in a haystack, you thought that things would stay the same. You thought that that relationship perhaps would be a part of your life forever. In other words, you thought that you would grow old together, raise kids together, move somewhere, build a business, build a house. You believed that you were headed in the same direction as this person who turned out to be the narcissist. Now, we know, we're fast forwarding now, I'm fast forwarding, you now know that that wasn't the case, because number one, you're on the channel, but number two, you're becoming educated, awakened, and aware, and you understand that the narcissist future fakes. That's just one of a litany of things that they do in their bag of manipulation. But this video is not about future faking. It's about people thinking that things stay the same. So let's pretend, as an example, you were married, okay? Well, when you took your wedding vows, you thought that you had married the love of your life, or somebody who was going to be with you for the rest of your life. Most likely, that's what you thought. The narcissist thought anything but that. They looked at you as an opportunity, as someone to provide for them, as someone who would tolerate their poor behavior, as someone who would be their sounding board, as someone who would make them look better, as someone who would be there for them, as someone who would put a roof over their head, pay tuition, pay for car payments, buy groceries, be the endless to-do list person. In other words, you would give up yourself to sacrifice yourself for this relationship. That's what they saw in you. You didn't see that at all. You thought you were headed the same direction and things were going swimmingly. Remember, once that wedding ring was slipped on the finger, that's when devaluation usually began or begins. Point being, now you understand, you're getting the education. And through my channel, you're understanding something, that people think that things stay the same. Nothing could be further from the truth. Think about this for a minute. Think about where you are right now and where you were a year ago. Are you in the same position? Are you in a better position? Are you out of the toxic narcissistic relationship? Are you looking to exit it? Did you just discover today that your spouse and or somebody you work with is a toxic individual or a narcissist? See, you're evolving, you're changing. And think about it, each and every year, the reason we have birthdays is to not only celebrate and count how many years on this planet we have, but it is a way to reflect back and see how far you've come. Right now, I'll drop this on you and do a mental exercise, if you will. Just go back to your childhood, pick any year, 1 through, say, 15 or 16, whatever favorite year it was for you, like age 10 as an example. Was that your favorite birthday year? Maybe it was. Maybe you got a bright, shiny bicycle that day and you celebrated and rode around the neighborhood. Maybe that was a pivotal day for you. But for you, it could have been something different. Point being, you're not 10 anymore and you're not 15. You are whatever age you are right now, and most likely you have experienced a good amount of life, the goodness and the not so goodness, the toxicity and the abundance. My channel here is to educate you, to have you become awakened and aware, educated and empowered. And as the thumbnail mentioned, people think that things stay the same. In a narcissistic relationship, that is the last thing that things do. Remember, with the narcissist, they need drama, disruption, chaos, confusion, lying, manipulating, telling partial truths, untruths, no truths, not being accountable, not introspecting. And they believe, honestly, in a month, let's say there are 30 days in a month, that they can hammer you, let's say for 20, 22 days out of the month. Well, then the other 7 or 8 days, let's say, this is an example, they'll just give you some fake adoration or fake euphoric stage, or they will just try to wipe the slate clean and buddy up to you. And that will allow them the next month. And then these weeks turn into months, the months turn into years, years at times turn into decades, but the whole time you are depreciating, because you're getting older, and age is just a number to me, but I'm looking at this through the eyes of the narcissist. You are depreciating like a car that's being driven off the lot, a brand new car. Automatically that car loses value, and to this day, I don't know why that is. That makes no sense to me, side note. But the point being is, that's one of the many rules that needs to be switched on this planet. That is ridiculous. Makes no sense. Example, if you bought a toaster and you returned it, is it still worth the same amount of money? Yeah, it probably is. Why would a car be any different? Anyway, point being is, the narcissist watched your health deteriorate. They watched your resources dwindle. They watched and saw how much of the toxic behavior you would tolerate, i.e. gaslighting, stonewalling, the silent treatment, being triangulated, my least favorite thing these creatures do. the smear campaign, on and on and on. That's not even counting the financial abuse, the massive waves of financial abuse that you endured. The whole time when you were spending things and paying for things, the narcissist was squirreling away their money, and they were acting like they didn't have money even when you needed surgeries, perhaps knee surgeries or detached retina, who knows. Why I'm saying all these things is that nothing stays the same, and people, many people that have not experienced a toxic narcissistic relationship or have been challenged in life to the degree equal to that or something similar, they also are probably going through life with rose-colored tinted glasses on, and they're believing that everything's great. Well, I'll tell you this right now. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, things could change drastically, can't they? Yes, they can. Why I'm saying that is because each and every day, no one here is guaranteed to be here tomorrow. We are not guaranteed to be in the position we're in. And each and every day, there are energy exchanges all over the planet, the globe. Think about every narcissistic relationship that is being cultivated right now, and every narcissistic relationship that is being harvested, which means crushed. People are being destroyed all over the planet right now. Now, I'm not being graphic. What I'm saying with that is that's another way to say the discard, because the narcissist set up the relationship, they cultivated it, they groomed you, they trained you, they got what they wanted from you, and then they torched it. That's what they do. And then they go on and on to unsuspecting individual, person to person, town to town, place to place, business to business. The narcissist only knows a few things, and what they do know is how to destroy people's lives. They know how to drive wedges between individuals. They know how to not care about people. They know how to create and cause the most drama, the most chaos, the most confusion. And that's what they want to do, on and on and on. But getting back, as the thumbnail mentioned, the people think that things just stay the same. They don't. Life is dynamic. Life changes in the drop of a hat, in the drop of a dime. Things change overnight. One day you could be on top of the world. The next day, boom, you could be discarded. One day you could have landed the job of your dreams, and boom, the next day the company folds. One day you could be in a relationship that you think is headed one direction, and somebody could say, no, I think I'm gonna go somewhere else. Other things, there are accidents happen all over the planet. People get stricken with ailments and diseases, things like that, which I don't like to talk about, and I'm not gonna further talk more about it, but you understand what I'm sharing now. Think about the lives that you have had to say goodbye to post-narcissistic relationship, the casualties of the relationship. Think about children that you haven't seen. Think about extended family members that you haven't seen. Think about friendships that were blown up, neighbors that were blown up, people in school systems that were blown up, people in communities and or organizations or jobs that you were a part of. All gone, decimated, just like that, with the wave of a magic wand from the narcissist. That's what the narcissist does. So now, why I'm sharing all this information, sorry about the bridal shower going on behind me, I think that's beautiful. What I'm sharing is when you were discarded or your relationship ended, that was most likely some of the lowest points of your entire existence, especially if you were, let's say, either one of those, when you figured out you were with a narcissist. So you had to battle them, perhaps get divorced, split the assets. Child custody is a whole different video. Maybe you had to relocate, maybe you had to start from scratch again. If you did, drop comments below, help the newbies out, and share your experience and wisdom with the community. But having said that, you have gone through the fire. My hope is you've come through the fire and risen through the ashes like a phoenix, and you are now the third version of you, the galvanized version of you. Remember, there are three versions of you: the version of you before you met the narcissist, the version of you when you were in the narcissistic relationship being devalued, and then the third version of you when you've healed and put yourself back together, and or you are well on the healing path. Now, here is the moment for the video. What you want to know is that all those people that were not there for you, or all those people that watched your relationship implode, or all those people who sat on the sidelines and enabled the poor behavior, or all those people who never said a word to help you out or weren't there for you. This is not a pity party, I'm just sharing. It's been time now, and time goes by, and as it goes by, those people also will experience toxic behaviors. Perhaps some of those people are a narcissist. Think about that for a minute. Many of them are. Also, perhaps some of those people married a narcissist, or perhaps some of those people married another not so good individual, or perhaps they married people that fell on difficult times, put it that way. You get what I'm saying now. So all of the past relationships you had when you were in the relationship with the narcissist, it's not all puppies and rainbows for those people, virtually for every one of them. I will tell you why, because we are all human beings and nobody is immune to negative actions or negative consequences or having things befallen on them. Example, disease, loss of work, a narcissistic relationship, another toxic relationship, being stuck in a business or company that you don't want to be a part of, on and on and on. That's not even counting physical ailments. Each and every day, people get injured. Think about what I'm sharing with you. Now, remember, my channel is a positive, upbeat channel. It's a community of abundance, of wisdom, of knowledge. I'm just sharing a video nugget of truth to let you know that there may be times along the healing path when you question yourself, like, why me? What's going on? What did I do to deserve this? What's going on? I don't get it. Well, the truth of the matter is you had to go through that narcissistic relationship, and now you have to process it and heal. You will have to heal childhood wounds, perhaps. You'll have to heal. You'll have to break the trauma bond. You'll have to let go of alleged friends and or relationships that you thought served you that no longer do. You will have to journal, meditate, take time for yourself, focus on yourself, perhaps see a therapist who unfortunately will have gone through the narcissistic abusive cycle, because if they didn't, they're not going to be able to wrap their head around it. And you will consume videos. You will have to do a lot of work. You'll have to put a mountain of work into yourself, and that is how to get through this. That's it in a nutshell. But it's not one size fits all. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And in time, in your time, you will get the answers to the questions that you're searching for. But none of these will come from the narcissist. Remember, the narcissist cannot give you closure. They want you pining for them. They want you thinking about them. They want to be living in your head. That's what they want. That's not the case. That's where you were in the past. That's not where you are now. So think about it. Many people think that things stay the same. Nothing in life stays the same. Not the clothes you're wearing, not your style of hair, not your health, not who your circle of friends are, maybe not where you're living these days, not the country you're living in, not your job, not where you're spending your time or how you're spending your time. Think about it. Think about all the things you did before you met the narcissist, all the positive things, and then think about the things that you did if there were positive things in the relationship, whatever they are. I'm sure many of those were different. And now, let's say you were discarded. If you were, my heart goes out to you. Or if you ended the relationship, my heart goes out to you too. But the point is, now, are you doing some of these older hobbies and things that you used to be doing? Maybe you are. That's a great sign if you are, by the way. If you're instinctively picking up the paintbrush and you're starting to paint again, or if you're putting those running shoes on and you're starting to run again, or if you are taking dancing classes because you haven't danced in a long time because the narcissist didn't want you to do that, and you're going and attending dancing lessons, that's great too. These are examples. But what I'm sharing with you is you're finding yourself again. And as you're finding yourself, you are getting stronger. The narcissist is getting weaker and shorter and smaller and tinier. They will be nothing but a blip on the radar eventually. Trust me when I tell you it's true. Remember this. Remember when you were discarded, when the relationship ended. I mention on the channel frequently that you are looking for a light at the end of the tunnel. And many times you're looking for a light at the end of the tunnel, and you can't find it because all you see is darkness and blackness. But you know the tunnel's there, but you can't see the light. And then one day you see a teeny, tiny, little speck the size of the head of a needle. And there is the light at the end of the tunnel. Stay with me for this part because it's going to be powerful. That each and every day gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And over time, you can see more and more light. And over time, you get to halfway through the tunnel. Over time, you get to 3/4 the way through the tunnel. Then you come through the tunnel, and it's nothing but beauty, but abundance, but bright, shining light. Your energy is unleashed. And this is called the third version of you. Now reverse it. Remember when I shared with you a moment ago that you were looking in that dark tunnel for a tiny little speck of light the size of the head of a needle? That's how small the narcissist will become once you have healed. It is a fact. Trust me when I tell you, but you will have to do the work. You will have to really be patient with yourself. You will have to practice stoicism. You will have to be committed, resilient, focused, determined, driven, and you will have to be courageous. This is the path. Now, before I close the video, as I mentioned, people think that things stay the same. They don't. Nothing on this planet stays the same. You may think it does. Example, this tree behind me, is it the same as it was yesterday? Well, it appears to be, but it's not, because some bark has fallen off, some moss has grown, and some other things have taken place to it. Same thing with that bell tower ringing now. Is the bell ringing at the exact same time as it was yesterday? I can tell you right now it's not. I know for a fact it's not. But these are my examples I'm sharing with you. Nothing stays the same. Life is dynamic, and the narcissistic relationship was anything but stable. It wasn't healthy, it wasn't beneficial, and there was nothing in it for you. Not one bit of goodness was in it for you. I will caveat, did you have good times? Yes, of course you did. But did the abuse and the toxicity of the relationship ultimately cause its demise? It did. Was it worth it? No, it wasn't, not even for a second. You may say, well, my relationship was worth it. If that's your opinion, I get it. I stand by it. There were good moments, absolutely. But the truth of the matter is, that's a heavy price tag to pay to be in a relationship with someone who's trying to destroy you. Play that again. So guys, understand, as the thumbnail mentions, many people think that things stay the same. They absolutely don't. Life is always shifting. As that one expression goes, you can never dip your toe into the same stream of water twice. It's true. That's life. That's each and every second of us being on the planet. That's why we need to take advantage of our time here, make the most of it, bring the abundance and the beauty out into the world, and let the light shine. Guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay true, stay blessed. Continue to become awakened and aware, and understand that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. And a few moments ago, if you remember, it got a little bit noisy because there was a bride behind me walking through with her party, taking pictures here. It makes complete sense. That is a prime example of life not staying the same. That beautiful young girl, she will either be married tonight or she just was married. But that is the message for the video, that things are always changing. Nothing stays the same. Remember, guys, no matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. God bless you. I love you. You are not alone. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great evening. All right. Bye, guys.